Hey, how's it going? Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of The Real Deal. This week, we're going to be talking about how cash isn't always king. Yes, you heard that. Cash isn't always king. Now, how do I know this? Why do I say this? Well, as a listing agent and a buyer's agent, I'm able to see both sides of the coin. I'm able to see the type of offers that sellers are getting. And yes, 9 out of 10 times, there's going to be at least one cash offer on the table. However, more than likely, they're not going to be the best offer on the table. And if you're a buyer, this should give you some comfort knowing that a lot of sellers are accepting offers from buyers that are financing their homes. And, they want to sell to a family as long as they can get the best terms. Now, what are those terms? A lot of times a seller is looking for post-possessions, right? They want to get additional time after they have their money, after they've sold a house to transition into their next home. So that's going to take some patience as a buyer. You want to make sure you give this to the seller so that way they have more time to transition into the next home. The next thing is as is. A lot of these cash buyers, they'll make an aggressive offer and then they hit up the seller for repairs, right? So if you're a buyer taking the house as is, obviously you'll still have the opportunity to inspect the home to make sure that home is in decent condition, but you're going to have to put in some elbow grease. You're going to have to do some repairs yourself. And of course, more importantly is the net, right? Seller needs to make the most amount of money because they're also buyers, right? They're selling their house to upgrade into their next home. And to do that, they need to have as much money as possible so that way they can go and compete at the higher price points. So as a buyer that's looking to finance a home, you want to make sure that you're able to compete with these cash offers by offering money above market value, above appraisal, offering appraisal waivers. This is going to help you be more competitive. This is going to help you beat out these cash offers. And I'm telling you, sellers, every conversation that I have as a seller to sellers, they want to sell to families, right? They raised their kids in there. I myself, I listed my house, a few weeks ago, and I wanted to sell to a family. I wanted to make sure that the next person that's buying my home is going to enjoy it just as much as myself and my kids did, right? And of course, though, I'm also a buyer, and I need to make sure that I'm netting the most amount of money. So I was able to, get the current offers that I had and make them even better, that they would work for me. Now, situation dictates, of course, and if you're a seller and a cash offer is the best solution for you. You need that money right away. You don't need the post possession and you need a 2-week close of escrow. Then at that point, of course, I understand, cash in that situation would probably be a better solution. But with the lenders that I work with, if you're a buyer, we can close the house in 2 weeks. It's absolutely possible to close in 2 weeks. So don't let that discourage you either. But in some cases, cash would be the best option, but not always. I would say more times than not, 8 out of 10 times, a seller will go with a finance offer if they can offer the more agreeable terms. So if you're a buyer, hopefully this helps give you some hope to go out there and compete. And if you're a seller, this will let you know what type of offers to look out for. Don't just take the first cash offer that your agent throws in front of you. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd love to give you a second opinion. Thank you much. Take care.